I'm Rajesh Gheware. I've been a DevOps instructor for over 15 years, and believe me, I've seen all the hype. So today, we're cutting through the noise. No marketing, no buzzwords, just my real-world experience straight from the trenches.
And let me tell you about a night I'll never forget. Picture this. It's 3 a.m. The pager screams. Our main Kubernetes cluster is down. And with every second that ticks by, we're just bleeding money. You know that feeling. The pressure is on.
So I had two AI assistants at my disposal, Claude Code and GitHub Copilot. Get this, one of them diagnosed the entire mess and handed me the fix in just 47 seconds. The other one? Oh, it sent me down a rabbit hole that could have made things 1,000 times worse.
So you're going to want to stick with me through this. I'm going to show you which tool was the hero that night, and I will give you the exact prompt I used. Trust me, it might just save your bacon one day.
All right, let's dive right in. I know this is a hot topic. Chances are you're firmly on Team Claude or Team Copilot, right? Well, today we're going to put those loyalties to the test with a real gut-wrenching Kubernetes disaster.
Now, here's what you really need to understand. We're not just comparing two brands here. We are comparing two totally different philosophies. This is the core conflict. Is your AI an agent that you delegate work to, or is it just a really fast autocomplete?
First up, GitHub Copilot. The best way to think about it is it's autocomplete, but on steroids. It lives right there in your editor, suggesting code as you type. It's fantastic for getting rid of all that tedious boilerplate and just, making you faster. You're still the pilot. Copilot is your navigator.
And then you have Claude Code. This is a completely different beast. It's not just finishing your sentences, it's more like having a junior developer on your team. You give it a high-level goal, and it goes off, reads your entire code base, figures out a plan, and then comes back with proposed changes across multiple files. It's a collaborator, not just a completer.
And this really gets to the heart of the matter. Someone put it perfectly. Copilot makes you faster. Claude can make you better. You see the distinction? Copilot speeds up the work you're already doing. Claude can help you tackle problems that were just too big or complex to even think about before.
Okay, enough theory. Talk is cheap. I threw a messy, real-world Kubernetes problem at both of them. Let's just look at what happened.
And we're not talking about small stuff here. I know a developer who used Claude to refactor, get this, a 50,000-line monster of tangled Helm charts. I mean, a task like that would take a human weeks, maybe months. Claude did it by understanding the intent behind the mess and creating something clean and maintainable. Now that is the power of an agent.
But all that power means nothing if it's not accurate, right? And that brings me to my next test, the hallucination test. This is when an AI confidently gives you code that is just plain wrong. And for Kubernetes, that's not just an inconvenience, it can be a total catastrophe. I asked both to create a simple Kubernetes Ingress manifest. Now look at this mess from Copilot. It used an API, extensions/v1 beta 1. I mean, come on, that's been deprecated for years. It would fail instantly on any modern cluster. Claude, on the other hand, nailed it. First try.
And this leads me to a take that might make some of you mad, but I stand by it. Copilot hallucinates, and for infrastructure code, that is just plain dangerous. I've seen it suggest things that could take down a whole system. Claude isn't perfect, no AI is, but in my experience, it's far more reliable for these critical tasks.
So, Claude is more powerful, more accurate, but does that justify the huge price tag? Let's talk about the money, because that's what it always comes down to, right?
Okay, looking at prices for January 2026, GitHub Copilot has a very generous free tier, and the Pro plan is just $10 a month. Very accessible. Claude Code, no free tier. You start at $20 for Pro, and it can go all the way up to $200 for the Max plan. So on the surface, yeah, it's a huge difference. But here's the secret. The thing most people just don't realize. For $39 a month, you can get the GitHub Copilot Pro Plus plan, and that gives you access to Claude's best model, Opus 4, right inside Copilot. It is literally the best of both worlds, and in my opinion, it's the single best deal in AI right now.
Now, if you do decide to use Claude as a standalone agent, you can't just treat it like a search engine. You have to manage it. Here are some fantastic pro tips from the expert Elton Stoneman on how to do it right.
First, treat it like a team. Run multiple instances of Claude in different terminals, each working on a different task. Second, delegate. Don't fix errors yourself. Feed them back to Claude and let it do the debugging. And third, give it context.
Create a claude.md file in your project to explain your architecture and coding standard. Okay, let's bring it all together. What is the final verdict? And yes, I'm going to keep my promise and give you that prompt that saved my production cluster.
Here is my honest recommendation. If you are a beginner, start with Copilot free. It's fantastic. For daily coding and boilerplate, Copilot Pro at $10 is a bargain. But when you are facing complex Kubernetes issues, architectural refactoring, or a 3 a.m. disaster, you need an agent. You need Claude Code.
But the real professional move? Use both. Use Copilot as your fast, in-editor autopilot for 90% of your work. And when you hit a major roadblock, you call in Claude as your heavy-duty problem-solving engine. That is the winning combination.
And here it is, the prompt that saved me at 3 a.m. I fed this to Claude, and in 47 seconds, it had analyzed the logs, identified a bad memory limit from a recent commit, and given me the exact command to fix it. That, my friends, is the power of a true agent.
So what about you? After seeing all this, are you on Team Claude, Team Copilot, or, like me, on Team both? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I'm really curious to see where you all stand.
I'm Rajesh Gheware.
If this explainer saved you some time, or even better, some money, please do me a favor and subscribe for more no-nonsense guides from the field. Remember, you've got